Hello everybody and welcome to my channel Voice of Fire Tarot. For today's reading I'm going to be connecting to the energy of Neptune and I'm going to be asking Neptune to deliver a message directly to you. So for me Neptune means all things magical, mystical, things to do with the imagination. It's also very elusive and just a kind of dreamy kind of planet. So I'll be very interested to see what messages Neptune has for you today. So there will be 4 groups to choose from. Usually I use crystals, but today I thought I'd use spheres. So going from left to right, you can choose group 1 or sphere 1, 2, 3 or 4. Please use your intuition and select which sphere or spheres, there might be more than one, which one of them resonates with you. Also remember that these are general readings, so just take what resonates with you and leave the rest. If you do want a personal reading, you can follow the link below and this will direct you to a personal reading by myself for you, if you wish to do so. Also, if you like what you see and hear, please remember to like, share and also hit the subscribe button as well. And also leave a comment if you wish to do so. Okay, so thank you very much for watching and I look forward to seeing you at your reading. Goodbye. Hello group 1 and welcome to your reading. This reading will be a message directly to you from Neptune. So I'm just going to pick a selection of tarot and oracle cards for people in group 1 for a message directly from Neptune. Okay. Let's choose another deck, I think. Message from Neptune, please, for people in group 1. Okay, right, I think I'll have a look at the tarot first. So for the first card, group 1, we have the 2 of Wands. Then we have the King of Pentacles. And then we have the King of Swords. And then we have the Chariot. So what I'm seeing instantly, group 1, is either side of these 2 cards are some very powerful cards to do with leadership, which I see with the 2 of Wands and Chariot. Chariot is also denoting, yes, someone who's a leader, but someone who's very protective. I see someone who's protective. I see quite a masculine energy here. And surprisingly, which people don't often associate Neptune with that kind of thing. They see, a lot of people see it as more illusory, more flexible. That's not to say it can't be, but what I'm seeing Neptune is coming through to say is that what you might need to do, people in group 1, is to be a bit more grounded. This is what they want for you. They can see that you need to be a bit more grounded, as well as being flexible. By being grounded, as we see with this King of Pentacles, what will happen is, group 1, you will be able to plan much better. Because if you see here, we have the King of Swords. Now the King of Swords is really, for me, the ultimate card of making a decision. It's perfect clarity. So there may be something in your life that you're not very clear about, and you might have taken a back seat about it. But what I feel here is that Neptune is saying, please go forward. You have the passion, you have the energy, and you will get supplemented here. We have this Chariot energy, which to do, it's almost, I see this as godlike energy, or that solar plexus energy that's going to augment you. When you have this clarity and you have this groundedness, what will happen is, group 1, is that you will be able to plan and look what is before you. You see this figure here in the Two of Wands. He has the whole world in his hands, but at the moment he is at the planet stage, so you need to get to that. And this Chariot is about complete energy and moving forward, but remember, it's moving forward effortlessly, and Neptune is saying that it can help you with this. So I'm just going to pull, well, I'm going to turn over these cards first. So we have Halls of Amenti Initiation, Secrets Revealed, Treasures Uncovered, Initiations. Okay. Neptune can often deal with things that, illusions, secrets. Neptune can, people often think sometimes that Neptune can be to do with deception and not seeing the actual truth. But sometimes I believe sometimes Neptune can make us see the truth, because we're able to look at things from many different angles, which is what Neptune enables us to do, is to see things from a wide variety of different perspectives. And even what I'm seeing here, especially with this King of Swords, the King of Swords can be quite harsh sometimes, in terms of it's not unemotional and it's direct. So what I see here, and this is what I see with the Halls of Amenti, it is some sort of initiation, and there's a need. Neptune is asking you, in people in Group 1, to actually really uncover the shadow. And then by doing that, all illusion will be removed. And your secret, the secret of what you're doing, will be revealed. This to me feels like this impetus for you to carry on, because you have much more focus and you feel much more grounded. And then we have Wish Upon a Star. So what Neptune is saying is, yes, you can make wishes, really, really important, but you won't achieve these, and you won't achieve these wishes unless you become really clear and really grounded in what you were thinking and what you are planning. And then we have the Relics of Lemuria. So fragments, memory, and reclaiming. Okay, so Lemuria is kind of like an Atlantis. I'm not an expert, but it's like really a lost world. And what I feel from this is that Neptune is recognizing, or they know anyway, that you have a lot of talents, you have a lot of knowledge and skills and abilities that have been lost. It's like they're locked in the past, but they're not, they seem elusive, but they're not closed off from you. You can get access to them. But what you need to do is really, really need to open your heart and really get to the heart of what it is you want to do. And it might feel uncomfortable in certain respects. You might have to look into things, actually face things that you might feel unconfident in certain things. And what Neptune is saying, to actually go through that, it's like an initiation. It feels uncomfortable, but the rewards will be wonderful. And also, looking at this Two of Wands, if you notice, he is actually looking back, especially, not all the time, but I believe in the context of this question, he is definitely looking back. And he's looking back in order for him to assess what has happened before, so we can move forward, so we can turn around and grab this stick and move forward with that plan and with that word in his hand. So I believe what Neptune is asking you to do is really, really think back, and also think back to when you were a child and you had all these dreams, things that you have kind of let go through, being, which we all do through, being an adult and having to do adult things, having responsibilities, which is a normal part of life. But what Neptune is saying is, now it's time to really think back and reclaim that. Okay, it's not lost to you, it's just forgotten, and it can be reclaimed. These relics can be reborn, they can be revitalized as well. And then for this card, we have Anunnaki light codes. So we have an energetic shift, new information, end of a cycle. Okay, so I feel for you, I'm just going to put the light on because it's getting quite dark in here. I'm filming in the evening. There we go, that's a bit better. So what I feel for you, Group 1, is that it's funny because we have this gold colour here that is matching the gold on the Chariot card as well. And what else am I seeing here? So new information. yeah, this new information, I believe, is this King of Swords. He's bringing something new, and there's a big energetic shift, which is represented by this Chariot. So you really, really feel this. There's a cycle that's been going on for a lot of you in this group for a long time, and it's like a repetitive cycle, like in a washing machine, when things go round and round and round, and the same things, happen time and time again. But what I think is going to happen is this, to me, is like you're looking back and you're reflecting on things, I would say, which is enabling you to move forward with much more clarity, really. Okay. I'd like to get a bit more specifics, please. I'm going to use a tarot. For people in group 1, what are they moving towards, please? Neptune. What is it they're moving towards? I do feel you're moving towards something really, really, really powerful, something new, but it's reliant on knowledge you've gained of, it's like learning lessons you've learned from the past and skills and talents you're bringing from the past as well. Okay, this to me, what they're saying to me is a general energy of confidence, as we have the Knight of Wands here. It's a general energy of confidence, and they're not saying anything specific, but what they're telling me is if you make your wishes, they will come true. You have the energy, you have that confidence, but what you need to do before you do that is just learn from particular lessons. Things have been difficult, face them in your own way, but try to uncover things, peel, it's like peeling an onion, really. When you start to peel things away, you uncover things that are difficult, but by doing that, you also uncover treasures, okay? Uncover treasures, and this will start to initiate you, and you'll start to feel a lot more power, a lot of fiery solar plexus energy here. Okay, so what I want to do now, I would just like to get some words of advice, please. I'm going to use this deck. No, well, actually, I'd like to use an oracle deck, just to get a bit more information about what people in group 1 are moving towards. What is Neptune seeing for them? Wow, okay. Spiritual teacher. You heal with your classes, sessions, and seminars. Now, I wasn't expecting that. Let's choose another card, see what else we have on this deck. Anything to clarify? Spiritual teacher, please. Let go. Okay. So it may be the case that for some of you, because remember, Neptune is not given a specific career or anything like that. They're talking about an energy that, there's stuff you need to let go of. Okay, stuff from the past, but also stuff you need to bring forward. So there's a process here of letting go, walk away from the situation in order to resolve it. So it could be a situation, or it could be really a frame of mind that you're in, or a belief that you have about yourself. So there is a need to let go. So I see a lot of purging here. Also, this King of Swords is almost like he's cutting away the past. Things in the past that no longer serve you, to give you that clarity as well, and to make you feel more grounded and part of the earth plane, so that you can go forward really with a lot of energy and vitality. Now, yeah, it could be that some of you are spiritual teachers, but what I think is happening here is that you are evolving yourself spiritually. I believe Neptune is helping you, giving you this message. This will enable you to help you to really engage with your kind of your higher self, or your higher purpose as well. It's just all about, to me, is self-healing, things like that. Self-healing, which is actually about really your spiritual evolvement. This is what I'm seeing here. Okay, but very well, for some of you, I feel, yes, it could be to do with something that's just holding you back from pursuing that career or that purpose as that spiritual teacher, if it is a spiritual teacher, or whatever it is you have your mind set on. Something that's holding you back, and there's a need for you to really, really, really go back to what it is you really, really wanted to do before you became an adult. and really working out the things that have held you down, the things that no longer serve you, certain behavior patterns, the way you've thought about things. And it's about letting go of that and bringing forward things you've forgotten about, wonderful things from the past that you've forgotten about that you can use in the present to go forward with your life purpose. Okay, so I'm just going to end on 2 final messages for people in group 1 from Neptune. Right, so we have nourishment. You are being asked to take time out for self-care, okay? And then we have source. Wow. Your connection to source is the light and love that shines through you and leads the way. Okay. What I see here, this nourishment, yeah, it could be very possibly, spiritual, mental nourishment as well. Physical, mental nourishment. But I'm seeing this is to do with a lot of spiritual nourishment. This is where the spiritual teacher comes in. This is about you healing your entire self. And by doing that, for me, you healing your entire self is really looking into your heart. Again, I'm going back to you as that child, what you really wanted to do. This is about nourishing yourself, thinking about what it is you really, really want to do, what you feel that you're good at, things that you want to explore, things you never knew you were good at, that you just want to explore. And what this will do, this will connect you directly to source, directly to that God energy, to your spirit guides, to that chariot energy, and things will start to become much more effortless for you. Okay, it'd be like all the energy in that, solar plexus is being augmented by spirit or your spirit guide, and they're helping you. It's coming from you, but they're augmenting it as well. They're helping you. Okay, it's like a kind of I see it as kind of a catapult, a catalyst effect as well. This is getting stronger and stronger. This chariot energy is getting more momentum, and you're going to feel much more clear and powerful as you move forward in your life. Okay. Well, thank you, Neptune, for that lovely message for people in Group 1. And thank you, people in Group 1, for tuning in. I hope you liked the reading. If you did, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you very much, and goodbye. Hello. For those of you in Group 2 who chose the second sphere, welcome to your reading, which will be about a message or messages direct from Neptune to you. And I'm feeling already for this group, you feel like quite a spiritual group. I feel that we might get some sort of message about maybe your third eye, something like that. I'm seeing some kind of a tunnel or tunneling effect. It's kind of red around the edges, and it's going somewhere, but it seems to be getting wider and wider. This is what I'm seeing now as I connect to Neptune for Group 2. What's your message, please, for people in Group 2, Neptune? Okay, so I'm going to select a mixture of cards, so tarot cards and some oracle cards as well. For people in Group 2. What message have you got for people in Group 2, please, Neptune? Just a few more cards. And I'm going to choose this one, I think. Okay. Right, let's see what we have. Right, let's go to the tarot first. So we have the Knight of Pentacles, followed by the Ace of Wands, followed by the Knight of Cups, and then we have the Fool card. Wow, this is interesting. Okay, an interesting energy. So what I feel this is saying to you, what Neptune is saying to you, Group 2, is that they want you to connect with that source energy that I'm seeing here from the Fool, this Fool card. I'm seeing a lot of clearing here, a lot of burning away. And what they want you to do is ground this on Earth. So they really want you, I see this Knight of Cups as your guides, as your spirit guides. They're bringing through to you messages. And these messages will come in the form of inspiration, as you see here with the Ace of Wands. So it's to do with having new ideas, new forms of inspiration. And this will actually open things up for you. It will open up your perspective. It will open up your third eye. I'm seeing this Fool. I'm seeing the heart chakra as well, actually. He's opening up his heart, which is also, there's a bridge between the upper chakras and the lower chakras. By opening up your heart, you're opening up to a lot of different things, a lot of different energies, a lot of different possibilities as well than if you didn't. The Fool is also untainted by the very, very, he started the journey basically. So he hasn't been tainted or hasn't been kind of oppressed by the dense three-dimensional energies. Everything is new. It's like he's just come forth into the world. He's just come forth directly from source or from spirit. So he's brand new and he's got all these new ideas and new adventure. And what they want you to do, the grounding thing I see here is you getting these new ideas, this inspiration, but grounding them, as you see here, with the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles, it's like you're bringing some sort of idea and some sort of message from the other realms, from source, but in a really grounded way, in a really understandable way. So I do believe Neptune is seeing that you are some kind of messenger, and it's really important for you to focus on how you receive their messages. And yes, there is a big emphasis here on the heart. We have a Cups card here, the Knight of Cups and the Fool. And yet, I just see this Ace of Wands. It's like someone striking a match and then lighting things up for you. But yeah, this is about really building something and having patience with it. I see like you have some kind of ability where, and this I believe is to do with your third eye opening, which will enable you to get these messages. But just be patient, they're saying, because sometimes it takes a while when you're being bombarded by a lot of different messages from spirit, from your spirit guides. Sometimes if you're not used to it, it can take a while for people to disseminate or work out what these messages mean in a really understandable way. So what Neptune is saying is just be patient with it and remain grounded. That's really, really important for you. Because the Fool really is the opposite of being grounded. As I said before, he's just come out into the world and he's so ungrounded, pictorially in this card, that he feels at the moment that he could just float off that cliff. He is not aware of the dangers. So it's about having that balance, I think, as well. Okay. We have Stellar Gateway Activation, Infinite Potential Manifestation Vortex. Wow. So what this is saying to me, Group 2, is that you have a direct connection to the higher realms. This is a stellar gateway. This is even, this is above the soul star chakra. This is wonderful. You're able to manifest anything you want. Remember, we have all these ideas, all this inspiration, but in order to manifest, part of manifestation is actually grounding it. So what they're saying is you have that access to your guide and to source. You have a direct connection to it, and you're able to access it really, really easily. So this to me has shown you that potential you have, which here you can see is infinite. You're able to access things, you're able to go through, various different portals into other dimensions and bring things down that are not material and make them into something tangible and material on Earth. So that's wonderful. And then we have big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary. Remember I talked about the third eye, inspired ideas, and we have inspiration here. Remember, we have inspired ideas, and again we have something that looks like it's kind of a temple or a gateway, but it actually looks like a portal. It's a portal to something that's really, really infinite. It looks really, really cosmic, as you can see here. It's also reflected in what it looks like, I think. It kind of looks like a reflection or a pool or a lake, which is again to do with your emotions. They need to have some sort of emotional basis as well. I want you to mix you getting these ideas, obviously accessing these realms. Remember, you have that infinite potential, but also your emotions, your heart is really important here, which is reflected in this pool. And then to ground them, to bring them through. But this is showing me you have that big, massive perspective. I think a lot of you, yes, are very, very spiritual in this group who are watching this now. You are able to see the big picture of things. Some of you might even feel like you can see the way things are going, the way trends are happening. You actually know what's going to happen in a way. Some of you might be able to predict things, but at least you have some sort of awareness of how things are evolving through, it's kind of the evolvement of humanity on the earth. This is what I'm seeing here. And some of you might find it quite difficult. Really, maybe tolerating is the wrong word, I'm not sure, but actually being engrossed in the day-to-day nitty-gritty, the little petty things, or the very, very three-dimensional things. I think a lot of you in this group have quite a lot of problems with you feel quite trapped by that, and a lot of you probably, your mind's in other dimensions all the time. You always got this foot in another dimension, another world, another reality. But what Neptune is saying is that's fine, but you can, you're meant to ground that. You're meant to bring it. You are like a messenger. You're a messenger. You're bringing forth a messenger, and I feel that you are the kinds of people that bring forward these messages from the other realms in order to evolve humanity in a way, in order to help people to evolve. And then we have Full Moon Temple. Okay, celebration, peak, transcendent moment. Now what I'm seeing here, what I saw with this card, first of all, looking at the imagery, there's a sense of having boundaries and control. But within that control, within this temple, the moon isn't trapped. It's energizing itself. This is what I'm seeing here. You can energize, and I'm seeing this temple perhaps as you're representing your physical body. Remember we say our physical body is a temple, so treat your body like a temple, because in it's housing this lovely, psychic, spiritual energy. So everything needs to be looked after in order for you to expand this energy, in order for you to ground it and get something really tangible and useful to bring to yourself and to humanity, really. And this card here, we have a merry motive. Lovely. And again, I'm just thinking of that, that heart energy, really. That sense of wanting, I think a lot of you in this group want to, it's not all about materialism. I think you really have your motives for doing things and thinking about things. You want things to be better for all of those, every living being on this earth, for some of you, or a lot of you. You have a good motives in what you do. And I think you find it quite difficult when you see when that isn't the case with others, I would say, in the world. And this is really building up. I see this as building up magic. They've been hung on the line, these stars, actually. But everything's been built up. This is building up energy. This is what I'm seeing here. Okay, so I would like to get a bit more of an idea about what we're grounding here, please, Spirit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to this tarot deck here. What kind of ideas, an example, or what kind of thing are you wanting, Neptune, for people in group 2 to really ground and make tangible? Okay. Well, they're just emphasizing to me that possibly for some of you, I'm seeing Ace of Pentacles here, and what I see here instantly is a new opportunity. And remember, it's Pentacles, it's a new way forward. And we have what looks like, well, it's an archway in a beautiful garden, but it's earth. So what I see, it's just emphasizing really, you're bringing something new, something fresh. Remember, aces are to do with new things, fresh things. You're bringing things to earth in a really, really fresh way that can be used, something that can be used, knowledge that can be used. This is what I'm seeing here. Inspiration, knowledges that can be developed. So for some of you, I do believe you have, I just feel that there's some sort of business opportunity that will be really, really good for you. Some of you might already have your own business or some involvement with something to do with that along, I think along spiritual lines or creative lines that is to do with that, bigger picture thinking. And I think that would be really good for you. And it's something that just emphasizing something that should be grounded. You're really grounding the esoteric, the unreachable. You're making it reachable to a lot of different people. Okay, I'm going to use this stick now, just to get a bit more information about that. Nutrition. Okay. Anything else, please? And we have yoga. Okay, so yes, what I'm seeing here, do you remember I talked about only a few minutes ago in this full moon temple, I was talking about really treating your body as a temple. Again, we have here nutrition. You conduct healing work with your culinary skills. I think this is referring more to yourself, your own physical body, keeping your physical body healthy. It's really Neptune is saying sometimes a lot of us who have an affinity or some sort of connection with the spiritual side of things, sometimes it's easy to get so, I'm guilty of this myself, sometimes we feel like we're floating off and we forget to really look after our physical selves. That is where we're grounded, and that's where we're able to have the power to put this out into the world. So they're saying this is really important. And then we have yoga. Your life is enhanced by yoga, stretching and exercising. So this is further saying, remember, this is all pentacle energy. Neptune is saying that you need to look after your physical body and your energetic body. And here we have we have 7 chakras here. All are equally important. I'm drawn to the crown, that's glowing here. We have the third eye, but also we have the lower chakras as well. So really important to keep them aligned. So energetic work as well as physical and mental health is really, really important for you. Okay. Right, so I would like to know, choose this deck, do you have any final words of advice for people in group 2, please, Neptune? Spiritual partnership. Wow. Okay. Yeah, as I said, a lot of spiritual people in this group. And then we have personal growth. Wow. Okay. I have the number 7. I'm not an expert in numerology. I know a little bit about it, but that's a very, very spiritual number. It's directly your spiritual growth, your physical, your mental. This is really focusing on your whole physical body. Your whole body is really, really important because you have a mission. Neptune is saying you have a mission here. It's a spiritual mission, and it's really important. I'm seeing the spiritual partnership. It's almost between your higher self, between your spirit guides and your physical body. It's really important to get that balance right. And it's interesting here, if you look at this card, we have purple, which is to do, the third eye, the crown, the upper chakras, but we also have this red, which is your root chakra. So really important to really look after yourself, really, really important. So yeah, that exercise, that healthy diet, and this will give you a better vessel in order to transmit these ideas, these wonderful ideas, this inspiration you have to others. Okay. So thank you for a lovely reading, Neptune, for people in group 2. Thank you also people in group 2 for tuning in. I hope you liked the reading. If you did, please remember to like, share and subscribe and leave a comment if you wish to do so. Okay, thank you and goodbye. Hello people in group 3 and welcome to your reading. So you chose the 3rd sphere and this reading will be about a message from Neptune to you. Okay, so Neptune, what messages do you have for people in group 3, please? Could be one message or a variety of messages. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to really use a mixture of tarot cards and oracle cards for this reading. Okay. And I'm going to go to, I think I'm going to go to this card first. Oracle of the Seven Energies. And we have here, I've got Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. Another lovely oracle deck. This one, I think. Gateway of Light Activation Oracle deck. Okay, let's see what we have for group 3. Okay. We have the Five of Pentacles, followed by the Three of Cups, followed by the Hierophant, followed by the Knight of Cups. Now, when I was shuffling them cards, group 3, I was just getting a feeling of nostalgia coming through. It was really funny. I was seeing things like tractors and ploughed fields and horses. It's like a love of the past, or the way things used to be. And I'm feeling with a lot of you, there's a lot of disappointment really with how things are at the moment. I feel some of you are in this Five of Pentacles energy, possibly, financial, what's going on financially. You might feel very, very concerned financially, feeling that you have certain restrictions and you're not able to, I feel like some sort of freedom. It feels like you're longing for some sort of freedom, or a way of life that has, nostalgic way of life that had freedom in the past, that had this lovely Three of Cups energy, where people celebrated, people came together, there was harmony. And I'm seeing this Hierophant. I'm seeing a lot here to do with structure, routine, and you might feel at the moment, group 3, for some of you in this group, you might feel a bit bogged down or a bit entrenched, that there's a lot of structures, a lot of sort of institutions, things that are in charge in society, and I just feel there's a sense of oppression with this. And this Knight of Cups, what it's saying to me, this Neptune energy is, Neptune is saying that at this particular time now, for you to get that, maybe rather than going after things that are nostalgic, things that have happened, things in the past, things that we can't get back in the 3D, it's maybe good to really connect with your guides, connect with an energy, the energy of love, of happiness. And this Knight of Cups, I see this as one of your spirit guides, or maybe many spirit guides. They're bringing something to you. This is like a cup of replenishment. I'm just seeing enjoyment here. In the Three of Cups and Knight of Cups, I've seen freedom, enjoyment, really, like happiness from the heart, being replenished. And here I'm seeing restriction with the Hierophant and the Five of Pentacles. Also, again, with the numbers, the Five of Pentacles, obviously a 5, and the Hierophant is a 5 as well. So 5s can often be to do with challenges in life. After challenges can be rewarding, but sometimes when we're in the midst of the negative side of a challenge, it can seem really debilitating, and it can make us feel oppressed, and in that Five of Pentacles energy. What Neptune is asking you to do is to connect with that creative side of yourself. Creation through the heart is coming together with others. It's almost, I feel like, I see it as belief in there is other people and there's other energies out there. They're not all bad. There are people on the same wavelength as you. There is a force in the world that wants good, really. You're not on your own. You're not by yourself. There's other people, and other people that want this, and other beings as well that want this as well, with your spirit guides. Okay, So let's have a look at the oracle cards. We have it is what it is. Okay, and this looks like a portal or a time machine, and I'm seeing a locked door here. So what it's saying, it is what it is. Life is what it is at the moment, and there's certain things in life that you can't change, and if you try to change them too much, what happens is you put a resistance to them, and this can make you feel really, all this negativity that we see around us can make us feel even more negative ourselves, and it puts us in this Five of Pentacles energy. And in a way, by having this feeling of resistance and feeling of, really intense sadness, this can actually feed that energy as well. The more people that feel this way, this Five of Pentacles energy, the more we're building up this energy. And what this card is saying to me really is just to let go of that, to let go of things that we can't change, and to focus on better things, really, things that we can do something about. We can all do something about our individual energy and what we put out into the world. And I'm seeing this door. This can mean two things. It's a door from the past, things that, because the past seems better, it feels nostalgic, it might feel better than what it actually was. That's locked away. But also, there's a door here. This can also mean there's a future, there's something better ahead of you. But in order for you to get to it, you need to kind of believe in the light, believe in these stars, as you see on the picture, and just accept things for what they are. Certain things you can't control. This will enable you to let go and to move forward. Okay, so we're seeing a lot of darkness here, but we're also seeing a lot of light above here. So there's a mixture here. So then we have ears wide open. Okay. Now I think what this card is saying to me, group 3, is that what I was saying before, there are other people, there could be groups, could be anything, things you read, things on the internet. There are other things available. There are other people on your wavelength, basically. People who have the same sort of ideas, who have that expansive ideas. And this is being aware of it. And also, ears wide open is being aware of the energy that we individually put out and its effect on those around us. Not just close to us, but also on the wider world. Every human being on this earth has energy, and the type of energy that they produce contributes to the whole energy. So we are able to affect change by the energies that we put out. And this ears wide open is really being aware of that. I believe, look, we have the number 33, a highly, highly spiritual number in numerology. And we have a blue colour, I don't know if you can see, but this is to do with our throat chakra. And again, it's about the words that we speak. Neptune is saying the words that we speak. If we speak good words, that normally has a ripple effect. And vice versa, if we speak words, if we, complain all the time. It's fine to complain. I think it's really important to vent, but have a certain time to vent and a certain time to see the positive side of things as well. So it's really important to be balanced and be aware of the words that we speak and the thoughts. There's not just words, but it's thoughts as well, are really, really important. Okay, so here we have the gathering. Community, kinship, companionship. Yes, I said there are other people. And again, we have a number 33, which is really, really interesting. So I feel that some of you, or a lot of you in this group, are feeling possibly quite alone, quite depressed, and you're feeling, there aren't people on the same wavelength, or who think as you do, or want things to be as you want them to be. You feel quite isolated in that. But what they're saying is there are others out there, in the physical 3D, but also spiritually as well. And, possibly connecting with people in your own soul family, your spirit group, really working on your abilities to do that. Possibly through meditating, really get to know your spirit guides, your soul family. And in a 3-dimensional way as well, it's connecting to people with different interests than you. This is what this is saying. This is really important for you. Neptune doesn't want you to be isolated, because when you're isolated, we start to become more fearful and we start to get more closed in, which is what I'm seeing with this energy. So they're saying there are people, there are groups out there. So it'd be really good for you to get together with them. That's what I'm seeing with this 3 of Cups. And then we have Chamber of the Violet Flame, karmic release, radical transformation. Wow. Okay. So by you doing this, this is what this is telling me, is that you will start to evolve. You will start to feel like you have a lot more power. You will feel like your energies are starting to elevate. The vibrations that you give off are starting to elevate. And if we give off high vibrations, this has a ripple effect. Happy thoughts, good words, they have a high vibration than negative thoughts and negative words. And it's not to say that we have to be positive and everything all the time, because that's really impossible. It's just, I think it's about what Neptune is saying is about having a balance, being aware of what we put out and what we receive, and that we, even as individuals, we can have a massive contribution to the world around us. We affect it massively. Yes, about that ripple effect. And I think what it's saying is, this karmic release, they're saying it's time for you to start to feel that you are really becoming more free. You're not feeling enclosed by other people's negative thoughts and negative things that you see happening in the world around you. You don't have to be part of that. You can acknowledge that it's there. We're not saying to go around with rose-tinted glasses. Acknowledge that it exists, but just decide for yourself that you don't have to be a part of it. You don't have to feed that. So I think it's about, really, this gathering. It's about people, but I think it's about energy. It's building up that really, really positive energy. So what I want to do now, I want to get a bit more information about this Knight of Cups. Okay, so I really feel that this Knight of Cups is representing, yes, spirit guides, bringing stuff to you, but also that energy, that positive energy that's coming to you, it's like replenishing you as well. So let's get a bit more information about it. I'm going to choose this tower deck here. So Spirit, please, and Neptune, I should say, please can I have more information about the Knight of Cups, please, for people in group 3. Wow, Ace of Cups. Yeah, this to me is about opening up your heart. And the more you open up your heart, the more good things, good feelings, good vibrations will come to you. And this will make you feel more whole and better than you never felt before, because this to me is replenishing your heart. This is very much to do with your heart chakra, opening up your heart to other people, to animals, whatever resonates with you, it doesn't matter. But it's to do with elevating your energy, and it's directly through the heart chakra. That's really, really important for you right now. And it's just shown on the bottom here. Again, we have the Hierophant, which in this context of this reading is to do with that feeling of being oppressed by structures, by society, feeling quite closed in, possibly feeling oppressed by, possibly things that we're taught in school, things that we're taught to believe about ourselves, things that have placed restrictions on ourselves. There's no need for that. We can feel free. We can tap into any energy we choose to tap into. Okay. What I want to do now, I would like to get some more words of advice, please, for people in group 3 about this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get an astrological perspective from this deck, the Black Moon Astrology deck. Advice, please, for people from Neptune to people in group 3, please. Leo, I will. Okay. Yeah, this to me is about you exercising will. You don't have to be the one that's oppressed. You have the power. This is very, very, it's Leo. This is to do with really self-control. This is leadership energy, self-control. You are the leader of yourself, and you can project yourself in any way you want to. You're not controlled by anybody else or any other energy. This is all down to you. You're able to do this. You have that self-power. Really, very, very powerful. This really is to do with building up your self-worth, your self-esteem, your sense of self as well. Okay, any other messages, please, for people in group 3 from Neptune? I think I'll choose 2. So we have mirror. Everything that is happening in your external life is a reflection of your inner world. So yeah, we're going back to the ears wide open. Really what it's just emphasizing is that sometimes when we come across certain people in our lives or certain situations, they are often a mirror, or they often come in to teach us something about ourselves or an energy that we're projecting. So just see it as a kind of a lesson for you and something that you can move on. So if something's still happening in your life that you're not happy about, often it's something to do with what's happening in our inner world, some sort of karmic lesson. Remember, we have here karmic release, radical transformation. So you might be attracting certain relationships and certain people, and they are a mirror of what is happening within you. Okay. And to me, this Leo, I will, it's about transcending that. It's you taking charge of your inner world, of your outer world as well. And then we have soul group. You are getting ready to unite with members of your soul family. Remember, here we have the gathering, community, kinship, companionship, and also the 3 of Cups, that lovely energy. So yes, this can be members of your soul group who are currently incarnated on Earth. You might meet people in the 3-dimensional. You might have already met them. You feel that you are connected. It's about really uniting together and building up that positive energy. But also, for those of you who are inclined towards, meditating or connecting with your spirit guides, or maybe members of your soul group who have passed, or who are not incarnated on Earth at the moment. So yeah, there's a lot of options. I feel this reading, this message really is saying to you from Neptune that there are a lot of options for you, and you don't need to fear. You're not as restricted as you think you are as well. Okay. And this Hierophant, what I'm seeing here, this can be a transformation where it was a challenge, oppression from others, from institutions, from structures in society. By exercising this choice, this, as with Leo, that leadership energy, you start to become the Hierophant of yourself. You start to become the authority as well, but for the good, the authority of yourself, really. Okay, so thank you very much, Neptune, and thank you very much, people in group 3, for tuning in. I hope you liked the reading. If you did, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment if you wish to do so. Okay, thank you very much, and goodbye. Hello, group 4, and welcome to your reading. You chose the 4th sphere, and this reading will be about a message directly from Neptune to you. An important message that Neptune wants you to know right now. Okay, so what have we got for group 4, please, Neptune? So we'll start off with some tarot cards just to get a general idea. Okay. Right, and then I'm going to use some oracle cards. So I'm going to go to the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. And the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle. And the Black Moon Astrology Oracle. Okay. Okay, so for this group, I'm feeling quite a lot of scattered energy at the moment. So we have the 10 of Cups, followed by the Lovers card, wow, followed by the Magician, followed by the 9 of Swords. So what I was immediately feeling in group 4 is that I was feeling a lot of, it was like almost, I was feeling that some of you in this group are feeling disembodied or not part of your body. And it was kind of a lot of scattered energy. I was getting kind of like indecisiveness or feeling not rooted or not secure, not feeling secure. And it's even funny because when I took out the incense, I normally light some incense on the side, and it was very, very bendy, like a willow tree, very hard to make it to stand up. And I had to like modify it. So I'm feeling that possibly some of you are feeling quite scattered. It's almost like you feel disembodied, and it's hard at the moment for you to project your will of what you want and how you want to be in the world at the moment. You're feeling quite, it's like you're swaying here and there, and it's dependent on the energies of others or situations around you. And I think what Neptune is saying to me, so I'm seeing this 10 of Cups, and I think a lot of you are quite clairsentient, or very clairsentient actually. Now, this is a higher polarity about it, because I think a lot of you in this group are very, very, very connected to that lovely energy of really that heart energy, that kind of higher heart energy of love. And it's not just three-dimensional love. I think it's love on a really, really high level. It's like you are naturally in tune, you naturally have knowledge of that universal energy of love, a really, really high energy. And it's like you're connected to the natural harmony of things, and you're connected to things on a very, very deep level. But if you look at this card, the 10 of Cups, we have people looking into the sky. Now the sky, unless you have, unless we have a rainstorm and we have a rainbow after it, we don't usually see all the different colours, all the different spectrum of things. But I get a sense that a lot of you in this group are at least able to, if you don't see it, you can feel it, or you're in tune with it. Loads of different parts of something. You're able to be in tune with a lot of different parts of the spectrum, and this covers energies. You're able to tune into a lot of high vibrational energies, and I think a lot of energies hit you all at the same time. And I see this as kind of like chords or musical notes. You're able to tap into different tones, different levels of other people's energies as well, and spirit. And everything comes at you. And this can make you feel very, very, I suppose, very, very anxious, sometimes depressed, and sometimes feel like your mind is, I just get a sense of your mind feeling really, really scattered. And sometimes you feel, it's like sometimes, because you're getting influenced a lot by the energies of others, you're psychically connected to it, that you feel like, I just feel sometimes there's a loss of personal identity. You feel like other people's energies are there's so much out there, so much mental energy that it's actually making you feel quite distressed, making you feel quite almost powerless as well. Okay, so this is a higher polarity of it. You're tapping into the lovely energy, but you're able to tap into different levels of it, different polarities of it. You're able to tap into the whole spectrum. You're very, very connected to your subconscious as well, which you have with the Lover's card here. This is where spirits and the angels, the archangels, this is the Archangel Raphael, and you're able to connect to the energy. You have a direct, he's looking, I see the male here as the conscious mind, whether you made a female, it doesn't matter. The female here is that receptive subconscious energy, that subconscious mind, which is where we get messages and where our intuition is really strong. So I think your psychic intuition is really, really strong in this group. You are connected to the energy, and you get a lot of downloads from really, really high level spiritual entities, spiritual beings as well. Now, what this Magician card, so we have two really, really powerful major arcanas in the middle. This Magician card, as well as having the number 1, and the number 1 is about autonomy, it's about leadership, it's about taking the lead. But the Magician, what the Magician is able to do, in this card, he receives all these energies, all these mental, remember there's Mercury, he's able to have focus, he's able to focus all the downloads, all the energies he receives, and it doesn't destroy him or make him feel weaker and make him feel impoverished, even spiritually impoverished, like we have with this Nine of Swords. It makes him feel stronger because he's able to harness this energy. He's able to direct this energy down, and he's able to direct it to the earth, which is what a magician does. They're able to harness energy, very esoteric energy often most people can't see, they can't feel, they can't hear. You're able to draw on the energy. This magician is able to direct it, because what he's able to do, he's able to use the power of his mind, but also, if you look on the table, he has all the elements, the 4 elements of the world at his disposal. He has the pentacle, which is earth, the cups, which is water, the swords, water or emotions, the swords, which is air, the element of air, which is to do with our mental faculties, and we have the wand here, which is to do with fire, which is to do with doing, that surge of energy. So he's able to use all these 4 elements to direct the energy into a way that he wants. He's able to manifest what he wants on earth. And Neptune is seeing here, Neptune is basically saying that you have this ability to manifest because you're naturally tuned into them high energies. But for some reason, instead of making you into a magician, at the moment, you're feeling quite stressed, feeling quite oppressed by all these different energies because you absorb so much. And what Neptune is asking you to do is actually really to focus on channeling, in terms of channeling only them energies that serve you. So this is what's represented by the Lovers card and the higher polarity of the Ten of Cups. So I think the Ten of Cups are just positive all around, really. But Neptune is saying that you have this, you're able to tap into this resource, and they want you, or the energy of Neptune wants you to focus it, direct it, harness it, and manifest it into a way that you want to, regardless of the energies around you. Okay, very powerful. You have a lot of powerful potential here, group 4. So for this one, we have insight. Okay, 22. This is in numerology, this is a very spiritual number. It's a master number. It's a master builder, I believe. So magical tools, writing, star crafting. Okay, so you're meant to channel this energy and really project it out into a way that you want to. And you can see beside this magician, he has an altar, kind of an altar. He's got, a crystal ball on there. He has a candle. So he's using a lot. He has a book as well, a lot of knowledge. He was able to combine his knowledge, his 3-dimensional knowledge, and also the esoteric as well, in order to create spells. And yeah, wonderful. So again, more magician energy there. And then we have the gift, present, honoring, offering. So yes, what this is telling me is that you have a gift. You have a very, very powerful gift, people in group 4. And they want you to see it in its best light. It's something that should be really, really high vibrational. And what I see around this figure here, there's a white figure, and there's like a force field around the figure. So what I feel is that Neptune is saying that you need to focus really on protecting yourself from unwanted energies. You are going to get them, but they want you to protect your aura, it's like creating a force field around yourself, an energetic force field. And what that will do is protect your spiritual, your energetic body, and you'll be able to actually have much more power to be that magician, to actually direct your life in the way you want it to go. And here we have the divine matrix, interconnectedness, synchronicity, God incidences. Yeah, you are naturally tuned into the divine matrix. You are tuned in, whether this be clairvoyantly, clairsentiently, anything really. There could be any of the psychic senses, but you naturally have an affinity with it. As I said before, you are in tune with all the spectrum, the whole spectrum of life. You're in tune with other dimensions. You see colours. You possibly can see auras as well for some of you, and that's coming through quite strongly. You just have a heightened sense of things that are not 3-dimensional. And yeah, you do pick up on a lot of energies, and this is what this divine matrix is about. Interconnected. You are connected with not just energies from the three-dimensional, but also from other dimensions. So it's important that you really work on, I see this as a process of cleansing your spiritual body, cleansing your physical body as well. Everything's really, really important. So really to focus on cleansing, because it is a gift, and it's a gift to be honored. And we have here 7th house partners. Okay, this is interesting. So for me, this is about you being discerning about who you have in your life. Now, this doesn't mean that you necessarily cut people off, but what you can do is protect yourself from certain energies from other people that you are possibly involved with. So it's about protecting yourself. I think you're naturally a person who is very likable, because you're very in tune with that very, very high vibration energy. I think you attract people to you quite easily. But what they're saying is, yes, that's fine, but just protect yourself from the lower negative energies that other people, all of us have it, that people naturally have. They want you to practice on protecting yourself. Okay. Wow. Okay. So I would like to know, I think I'm going to just get some advice from this deck. Do you have any advice, please, for people in group 4 in how they can work about really cleansing their energetic self, cleansing themselves, really strengthening their energetic body so they can be more like a magician rather than the 9 of Swords? So what can they do, please? So we have timeout. Okay, yeah, definitely. I think this is about sometimes you need some time out. I think it's important for you to have some time by yourself just to reflect, just to give yourself a breather, I would say. And that will help you it's kind of to recenter yourself. This is what it says about recentering yourself, really, really getting back to who you are. This will help you to really build up your own sense of identity and will help you to be stronger when you're with other people. And again, also we have a 3 and a 7, which adds up to 10, which is 1, which is about being that leader, really, that leader of yourself. But also, the best magicians sometimes need, time out from all the energies around them. And then we have physical activity. That's interesting. So I think, yeah, it's about looking after your physical body as well as your spiritual body. Taking time out to have fun, engaging in things possibly sometimes that aren't spiritual or aren't related to work or anything like that. Just focus on things that make you happy. So moving the physical body is really, really important for you, because by looking after your physical vessel, you're able to look after your spiritual self as well. It all goes hand in hand. Okay, this time out as well, I'm seeing this yellow solar plexus energy in the middle and this purple around. So this is really, to me, this is like your personal sovereignty, sort of looking after yourself, having self-respect for yourself as well, that you deserve to have time away from these energies that bring you down. Remember, we have that cleansing, we have that force field I see around this person. And this enables you to go out into the world and be your best self. Okay, right, what I want to know now, I'm going to use this deck, I think. Please, do you have any more advice for people in group 4, Neptune? Any more advice for them, please? Okay, so we have the journey. You are learning that every challenge you face has a hidden gift inside. Okay. And then we have karma. You may be involved in a situation that requires fairness or justice. What I think this is referring to, group 4, is that you are on a spiritual journey, and your karma, I think, is about being able to be this highly evolved spiritual person, your karma has been able to, I believe that this justice or fairness is actually for yourself. Again, it's to do with personal sovereignty, to know when it's correct for you or right for you to have time out from certain situations or certain people. That's really, really important for you. And this is about you learning that. Sometimes you do need to detach from other people's energy just to get yourself kind of I would say re-empowered as well. That's really important to you, and that's part of your karmic lesson. That's what I'm seeing here, because I think possibly for a lot of you in this group, people have taken a lot from you energetically, and I'm not necessarily saying that's intentional. A lot of the time it is unintentional. Somebody like yourself, people tend to absorb a lot of your energy. You might get a lot of energy vampires around you, people who tend to draw those energies. It's like in a room you can sense instantly people who are able to drain the energy from a room. That directly affects you very, very strongly, and that can put you in this kind of Nine of Swords, anxious, depressed energy. So part of your lesson, I believe, what Neptune is saying is that you're able to harness and control these energies and make them work to your advantage, but you do need to have time out, because this is a journey. This is a very, very powerful spiritual journey for you. And this every challenge you face, I believe the challenge is really being able to handle all these different energies, whether they're three-dimensional or esoteric or spiritual energies. It's about being able to harness them, handle them, and being able to cast off those energies that don't serve you as well. Okay, so thank you very much, Group 4. A very, very powerful reading to end. I hope you liked it. If you did, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment if you wish to do so. Okay, so thank you very much, and goodbye.